The name Pro Max has become pretty cliche in the smartphone world this year, but if you put the Pro Max models from Huawei, Apple, Xiaomi, and Redmi side by side, you'll discover that this year's flagships are no longer squeezing into the same lane. In terms of design, all four phones feature flat screens with large rounded corners, and their dimensions are basically identical. The Mate 80 Pro Max puts a new spin on the classic star ring design. The all-metal body is drop-resistant and durable, while the outer ring on the back panel and the hollow antennas on all four sides have resolved signal issues. The iPhone 17 Pro Max has finally changed its look after 6 years, using metal across a large area. The rear camera module also features an antenna ring to improve signal reception, but the brushed aluminum's durability doesn't quite measure up to the previous generation's titanium. It might even deform from a drop while in a case, so you'll need to be extra careful when using it. The overall layouts of the Xiaomi and Redmi are very similar to Apple's. One has a rear screen and the other has a rear-facing subwoofer, both offering recognition and playability that are unique in the industry. I have to give special praise to the K90 Pro Max here. Although it's the cheapest, look at its sandblasted metal frame and how the frame wraps around the back cover. The overall quality feel is very close to the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max, making it a strong contender at its price point. All four phones sport 6.9-inch screen, and this year everyone is competing on brightness. Apple's 3000 nits and Xiaomi and Redmi's 3500 nits are already very bright. Huawei, however, has adopted a dual-layer OLED, pushing peak brightness up to 8000 nits. In daily use, there's not much difference, but under strong light, the advantage is quite noticeable. Additionally, thanks to super pixel technology, the Xiaomi and Redmi models deliver clarity on a 1.5K screen that rivals a 2K display. This saves power and stands out as a nice innovation. As for eye protection, there's no need to say much about the biophones. The biggest surprise is that Apple actually included an eye protection feature this time. The setting is buried deep in the menus, and it reduces flickers slightly below 25% brightness. I guess it's better than nothing. The performance strategies show three distinct approaches. Huawei takes the path of deep software-hardware integration, relying on the Arc graphics engine and hardware-level ray tracing. It's boosted graphics performance by 42%, making both gaming and daily usage very smooth. Apple is making steady progress. They finally decided to use a VC vapor chamber. The aluminum alloy body is also a compromise for heat dissipation, allowing for powerful output that sustains performance longer. It also maintains its lead in video encoding efficiency and power efficiency. Xiaomi and Redmi pursue more extreme performance output. Coupled with the reputation turnaround of HyperOS 3 this year, the smoothness of daily use has improved significantly. If you enjoy gaming, the K90 Pro Max comes with an independent display chip and a more efficient cooling system, delivering even better frame rate performance. Regarding RAM, while Apple is sticking to 12GB, the other three brands have standardized 16GB across the board. Given the trend of AI and apps becoming more bloated, larger memory feels a bit more reassuring. Speaking of AI, Huawei's Xiaomi and Xiaomi's Xiao AI now have the ability to help you operate the phone, and the communication experience feels more like talking to a real person, a genuine improvement in user experience. In the camera department, I don't feel anyone totally dominates. It's more about specialized strengths. Huawei's Black Tech variable aperture caters to certain creative needs, and the second generation red maple imaging accurately reproduces colors. Apple changed its periscope telephoto from 5x to 4x, making it more practical for daily photography. With 8x lossless zoom, distant shots and close-ups are clearer, and its status in video recording remains unshakable. Xiaomi's brand new sensor improves dynamic range, preserving colors and details well even in backlit conditions. The Leica tone gives photos a built-in cinematic look, and the rich parameter settings in Pro mode satisfy high-level creative needs. Redmi borrowed from the same main camera as the Xiaomi 17 and added a periscopic telephoto lens. Its natural, realistic colors satisfy many users' aesthetics, placing it in the top tier among similarly priced models. Of course, no matter how strong the performance or camera is, it's useless without power. Xiaomi and Redmi feature batteries over 7500 mAh, plenty of juice to basically say goodbye to battery anxiety. Huawei has increased capacity to 6000 mAh with standard 100-watt fast charging. Optimized by HarmonyOS 6, it easily meets a full day's usage needs. Surprisingly, although the iPhone 17 Pro Max has the lowest battery capacity, its battery life is very strong, even top tier. Unfortunately, the charging power is stuck at a leisurely 40 watts, which is quite a pity. Additionally, these four models all have their own exclusive features. For instance, Huawei has the previously mentioned optimization for outdoor scenarios, along with satellite communication and wireless communicating, as well as integration with the Harmony ecosystem. The iPhone 17 Pro Max's advantage remains its ecosystem and multi-device synergy, plus higher specs video recording. For creators, it's still an excellent productivity tool. The Xiaomi 17 Pro Max's rear screen design offers good playability and practicality. It supports custom wallpapers, real-time notifications, and allows you to take selfies directly with the main camera. The K90 Pro Max's 2.1 stereo system, tuned in collaboration with Bose, provides a full soundstage and deep bass, an audio experience that rivals the other three high-end high-end models. So, the Pro Max models from these 4 brands have presented 4 completely different approaches. They're not really competing against each other. Rather, they're providing answers for different groups of people on their own tracks. Instead of agonizing over which one is superior, you should look at which one suits you best. If you choose the right one, it's a perfect score. Alright, that's all for this video. See you in the next one.